The WNBA All-Star Draft was fun between Caitlin Clark and Nafisa Collier, the team captains picking the players, picking the rosters. But the most interesting aspect was the coach swap because Clark traded Cheryl Reeve, who was the coach of her team or was to be the coach of her team, to Collier for Sandy Brondello, the coach of the New York Liberty.
Oh, the sweet taste of justice. The WNBA All-Star Game just got a lot more dramatic. And no, it's not because of flashy dunks or buzzer beaters. Caitlin Clark just pulled off the most savage trade of the season. And if you're Cheryl Reeve, you're probably still trying to catch your breath.
Caitlin Clark just made the funniest All-Star selections ever. She just picked her friends. She made sure she picked no ops, as people like to call them. She made sure there were no ops on her team. If she's played with a player before, like Sonia Citron, she picked her. Gabby Williams, she picked nobody that tweeted a negative thing about her. She's picked nobody that has said a negative thing about her in the media. She picked none of her rivals.
This wasn't just any trade, folks. This was Caitlin Clark drawing a line in the sand. A silent mic drop with one move. I'm done with your passive-aggressive shade, Cheryl. I'm running this now. After being snubbed from Team USA, publicly downplayed and undermined for months, Clark finally got her moment, and she didn't waste a second.
Yo, this is the first time I've ever seen this, man. The first time out of all the times I've seen where two star players are picking up players. They ask for a trade, or the media person asks for a trade, and they're talking about trading the coach.
Let's be honest. This was personal. During a live ESPN broadcast, Clark looked dead at Nafisa Collier and said, "We already discussed. We're trading coaches. No hesitation, no filters, just confidence." She wasn't asking permission. She was making a statement.
With you here, Caitlin, you said you might be aggressive on the trade market once this opened up. Is there any player that you're looking to get to? And remember, it has to be apples to apples trade here. Starter for starter, reserve for reserve. The good news is you can't go wrong with this type of talent. Anyone looking to make a deal here?
To be completely honest, I love my team. I think they're great. I don't have any intentions of really trading any of them. I don't know if this is in the rules. I don't really care. But I think we've already discussed we are going to trade coaches. He's going to take her coach, Sandy Brondello.
Cheryl Reeve thought she'd cruise into the All-Star game like business as usual. Maybe even use Clark's spotlight to boost her own brand. But Clark had other plans. She doesn't forget, and she definitely doesn't forgive. Not when it comes to people trying to tear her down while she's building something historic.
Caitlin Clark was supposed to be coached by Minnesota Lynx head coach Cheryl Reeve. Nafisa Collier was supposed to be coached by New York Liberty head coach Sandy Brondello. They swapped coaches. Cheryl Reeve, dodged the bullet. Thank God I don't need to coach Caitlin Clark, man. Man, I can't deal with that. I would have had to swallow so much pride, I can't do that. Fee, she probably called him the Fee, talk to Caitlin, please. I can't coach her, I can't do it. This book's about to come out. You know what they're gonna be saying if I'm coaching Caitlin Clark and the book's out? Oh, God. Fee, please.
Their history is toxic. Reeve has been Clark's biggest critic in disguise, throwing subtle digs, tweeting vague shade, like hashtag 12 teams, hashtag the W is more than one player, all while ignoring Clark's record-breaking run. And when it came time to speak on Clark's Olympic snub, silence from the same coach in charge of Team USA. That silence spoke volumes.
Of course, Reeve is Collier's head coach for the Minnesota Lynx, so that makes sense. But the drama is going to come from Reeve having previously been critical on social media about the amount of attention Clark received relative to the rest of the league, not to mention being the coach of Team USA that Caitlin Clark was so famously snubbed from.
And here's the thing about champions. They remember every tweet, every snub, every time someone tried to minimize their greatness. So when Clark finally had a sliver of control, she acted fast. She didn't just remove a coach, she upgraded to Sandy Brondello, a seasoned winner, a finals veteran, and someone who actually respects the game and the players in it. Sandy's reaction? Priceless. Her teenage son texted her, "Mom, you just got traded." She laughed. That's the kind of energy Clark wants. No drama, no shade, just pure basketball.
Brondello's like, oh yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good. So wait, Caitlin Clark had Chrissy Sides, who never let her. Okay. Now she's got Stephanie White, who wants to do off ball. Oh, okay. And now Sadie Brondello's like, wait, oh, I could show Caitlin what she's been missing this whole entire. I can set up an offense like, oh, here comes recruitment year of 2028.
Meanwhile, Cheryl Reeve had to sit there and watch it all go down, live, fired, on national television, by a player half her age. The woman who thought she could control Caitlin Clark's story just got outmaneuvered by the very narrative she tried to bury.
Caitlin Clark actually has a complete roster to start her team. She's got Caitlin Clark at the 1, Sabrina Ionescu at the 2, Satu Sabali at the 3. She must have heard the chatter in the offseason of fans saying, let's get Satu Sabali. I'm just saying, she might have heard a thing or two. We got AB at the 4 and Asia Wilson at the 5. Starters for starters, this should be a victory. I know it's the All-Star game,
But Clark didn't stop there. She built a monster roster. First pick, Aaliyah Boston. Loyalty matters. That was her ride or die from Indiana, and Clark made sure everyone knew it. Then came Kelsey Mitchell, another Fever star. Clark didn't just pick teammates. She built chemistry, cohesion, and most importantly, a team that can win.
Between the players was a lot of fun, and Caitlin Clark also wound up with all of the Fever members on her squad as well, meaning Aaliyah Boston, Clark, and Kelsey Mitchell will be a trio in Indianapolis for All-Star. So that's the way it went down. Here are the teams. You can see Caitlin Clark celebrating what she was able to accomplish here. That's her squad. Clark, Boston, Ionescu, Wilson, Sabali, Mitchell, Gabby Williams. I love Gabby Williams. What a player. Sonia Citron, Kiki Iriafen, Jackie Young, Thornton, Kayla Thornton from the Valkyries. So Clark should have a very fast team.
Let's break it down. Asia Wilson, 3-time MVP. Sabrina Ionescu, elite shooter. Satu Sabali, versatile, tough, international experience. Aaliyah Boston, a defensive wall. Kelsey Mitchell, clutch. Gabby Williams, hustle and defense. Jackie Young, veteran IQ and finals experience. That's not an all-star team. That's a dynasty.
Now as Gangster Clark heard Cheryl Crusted Blueberry Muffin Ass Reeves being salty in that press conference, throwing shade at the Fever and said, nope, get her punk ass up out of here. She ain't about to coach my team for the All-Star game, and that's why I call her Gangster Clark, because whatever Gangster Clark wants, Gangster Clark gets.
And the fans? They saw everything for what it was. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, they lit up with comments like, Clark just fired Cheryl Reeve on live TV. And finally, no more negativity around Caitlin. Everyone watching knew this wasn't just a trade. This was a reckoning.
Bruh, tell me y'all just saw Caitlin Clark destroy Cheryl Reeves on national TV. I know y'all saw free smoke, ayy, free smoke, ayy, free smoke, ayy, free smoke. Bruh, Caitlin Clark want all the smoke. Caitlin Clark want all the smoke, bruh. Bruh, she just annihilated Cheryl Reeve on national television. I didn't see that coming. They asked Caitlin Clark, hey, Caitlin, are there any player trades you like to make? Nah, I'm kind of set with my team, but I would like to trade coaches.
The message is loud and clear. Caitlin Clark is done playing nice. Done letting coaches use her name while downplaying her impact. Done accepting disrespect with a smile. This wasn't about switching coaches. It was about taking control of her story, her circle, and her future.
When you look at it, I mean, Williams is really fast for a forward. Obviously, Kelsey's very fast. Citron's very fast. Jackie Young's one of my favorite players. Iriafin, a rookie, can get up and down the floor. Ionescu can help spread the floor along with Kelsey and Clark so they can really shoot. Caitlin made sure to get some size. She actually passed up on Paige Beckers to take Sabali, and she took Asia Wilson with her third pick. If Asia had fallen any further down the board.
On July 19th, the All-Star Game will be more than just basketball. It'll be a statement. Clark's team is stacked, motivated, and led by a coach who knows how to win. On the other side, Reeve gets a front-row seat to the show, watching the same player she doubted light up the court. This isn't about revenge. This is about power, respect, and making sure the league knows Caitlin Clark isn't here to play nice. She's here to win, and she's bringing a championship mentality with her.
I don't know what's gotten into Caitlin Clark. You are leaning into this bad guy role. I love it. I don't know what's gotten into you, Caitlin Clark, but you've been on some I don't give a F lately. I love it. Oh my God, I cannot believe she just eviscerated and embarrassed Cheryl Reeve on national TV like that. They said, hey, would you like to make a player trade? It's better yet, I'll do you one better. Get this fucking coach up out of here. Hey, Caitlin Clark ain't playing.
The truth is, this wasn't just about one All-Star game. This was about shifting the power dynamics of the entire WNBA. For years, the league's gatekeepers have tried to decide who gets the spotlight and who gets silenced. Caitlin Clark just shattered that script. With one bold move, she reminded everyone that this league is evolving, and the old guard doesn't get to write the future without her.
Sorry, WNBA, if that's not in the rule. Sorry, ESPN, if that's not in the rules, but we just made it a rule. So, Sandy Brondello, come on over.
Whoa!
Let's get to it. You can coach Sabrina. So, therefore, maybe Stewie wants to come on over to my team.
Whoa!
Let me know. B, you want to give me Stewie?
We have breaking news here. I don't know that I've heard of a coach being traded in the All-Star game. This is something you're agreeing to, Fee. There's no terms to this deal.
I agree with Cheryl, I agree with the trade. I love Cheryl, she's my coach here. And you know what, that's just gonna be worse for Team Clark because now we got more chemistry on our side, we got more synergy, we know what we expect from each other, so that was a bad move on your part, Kayla, we're taking you down.
So here we are. July 19th is the date. The moment when Clark doesn't just play the game, she defines it. She's surrounded by stars, coached by a champion, and fueled by months of being underestimated. This isn't just a game. It's the beginning of a new WNBA era, one where the players who bring the fans, who break the records, and who change the culture finally get to own the spotlight. Caitlin Clark isn't waiting for respect anymore. She's taking it.